I am interviewing my manager at Urban Outfitters. Her name is Kristen Miller. I'm actually working at Urban Outfitters as a sales associate currently since this past summer. It's located downtown in Armory Square in Syracuse, New York. It's about 15 minutes from campus, so I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to work there and get some insight in the retail industry, which is something that I am interested in doing. I really want to work in a company in the retail industry, not exactly a sales associate or being a manager of the store, but I would like to focus on marketing and communications, which is something that I've been studying and have had previous internships in the past. But I think that's something that I would want to do. I mainly wanted to talk to Kristen about the different positions at Urban Outfitters. I know that there's a headquarters in Philadelphia. Pennsylvania actually is where Urban Outfitters headquarters is. And I've previously talked to my manager about doing an internship there, about different job opportunities that would be available for me after school with this specific company. And she has previously given me insight and kind of has been a mentor to me in a way. I think our personalities just click, and she's someone I can always talk to if I'm having any trouble in the store, or she always gives me advice on certain things. So I thought she would be the perfect person to interview for this job. I think I'm really excited to kind of ask her more specific questions about how she got started and what she likes most about working as a manager and with this company in particular, because I think she's worked with other retailers before, but I'm kind of excited to see her experience and how she's kind of grown in the industry and the measures she took kind of to get to where she is right now. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable going into the interview. I think it's going to go pretty smoothly, and I'm excited to hear her input. I'm here today with Kristen Miller, my manager at Urban Outfitters down in Armory Square. I'm interviewing you because I want to go into the retail industry, and I just want to know more about your experience. Did you know you always wanted to work in the retail industry?
I actually did not. It happened upon me after graduating school looking for a job.
So you said you initially didn't want to go into the retail industry, or you just didn't know that's what you wanted to do?
I didn't know exactly because I knew I needed management experience to do really anything. So I took the first opportunity that presented itself, and then I worked my way through other companies, and that brought me to here.
Okay, have you ever worked with any other retailers before working at Urban Outfitters?
I have. Do you want to know specifically which
Yes,
ones?
which
Okay.
one?
So I've been a manager at Urban for 4 years. I was a manager at Bath and Body Works for like 4.5, almost 5 years, and then at Journeys for like 2 years, right after school.
Okay. Did you hold manager positions at all of these jobs?
At those ones, yeah.
So how did you ultimately land this job at Urban Outfitters?
I moved to Boston, and I moved down there for a job that didn't work out, and they were looking for a back of house manager, and so I talked to somebody I knew that worked there. I got the interview, and I got hired as the receiving manager, and then shortly after I was promoted to more of the business side.
Okay, so you said have been a manager here at Urban Outfitters for 4 years?
Yes.
Did it take a long time to move up to a managerial position? What were the series of events? Did you work as a sales associate before?
I actually didn't work as a sales associate with this company, but if you're hungry for a position or in a promotion, the company does a really good job working with you to get you where you want to be. So the store manager at the time knew that I wanted to become a manager again, and so he worked closely with me and got me the interview with the DM when the first position that I would qualify for opened up.
Okay. What were the most valuable college classes or experiences that helped you contribute to your success in this position?
Oh my God, that was so long ago.
What did you study in college?
Fashion, textile technology.
Okay, so it had to relate.
Yeah, so like the business side.
Okay.
I would say that like the retail math classes, they were my favorite, but also like give you like insight to how the business works.
Okay.
Also the forecasting classes I think were really helpful because it teaches you how to not just appreciate what's happening now, but be prepared for what's coming.
Okay. Have you ever considered working at Urban Outfitters headquarters in Philadelphia? And if so, what would you want your job title to be?
Oh, for sure. I would love to work in planning and allocation down at home office.
Okay. Was there a time that you failed at your job that contributed to future learning or success?
Oh, yeah. I mean, off the top of my head, I don't know something, but I know that I've learned. I think the most experience or the most I've learned from being a manager has been through Urban. I think that I've grown like as a manager because of the resources provided. Okay. But you're held accountable, and I think that's fair.
Yeah. What is your favorite thing about working at Urban Outfitters, and why do you love this company?
The people is what you'll hear all the time, and it's true. When you like who you work for, it keeps you around. Mm-hmm. They keep it fun. There's always something happening. They really support involvement on all levels for everyone to be part of like the creative aspect of the company, and I think that's fun.
Okay. What advice do you have for someone like me who is trying to work in marketing or product development for Urban Outfitters or another retailer?
You gotta be hungry. There's always gonna be someone else that might be just a little bit more qualified, but you gotta really, really work hard and prove to your future bosses and employers that like you want this and that you can do it regardless of your written credentials, like that you trust in yourself that you can actually succeed.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
I just got home from work, and I did my interview with Kristen just earlier tonight before closing. I really think the interview went pretty well. I think she had a lot of good advice to give me, and it kind of gave me a better idea of, how she got to where she is right now. It was funny if you hear a certain part that's kind of cut out. There was the light went out as we started the interview, and we just tried to motion it to come back on because we thought it was a motion sensor, but it just stayed off. So we thought that it was the power was out or something. So we had to take a little break from the interview. But other than that, it went pretty smoothly. Like I said earlier, she did have a lot of insight into the retail industry and how she became a manager. She's worked previously with other retailers. She worked at Journeys and Bath and Body Works, and I think that's something that I might have to consider to move into a company, even if it's not kind of my choice, because I know that Urban Outfitters is such a competitive company. It's not just competitive, it's just very popular among people, especially in my age group. It's just a very well-known brand that a lot of people would want to work at because it's a very relaxed kind of environment, and they've kind of created a completely different image and culture, and just kind of I don't know, I guess a new, they present themselves in a different way compared to other retailers, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I know it would be very competitive, but she actually gave me pointers. They told me when to apply for an internship in their headquarters, which is in Philadelphia. She said that she would give me a recommendation, and she would email headquarters to refer me, which is something that is really exciting. She also previously helped me with the marketing campaign that I have to submit for the application, which was really awesome. I got a little bit of help on that. And I think now I know, or at least have a better idea of how to get started. And I know I'm going to have to work really hard to get to where I want to be, especially if I want to continue to grow and work in this company in the future.